Hey everybody. So I just found something in the Darrell Brooks subreddit that I literally had to take the time to talk about the second after I finished reading it. I have seen and read some stupid shit in my day. I mean, I am literally pretending to be a pink talking squirrel this very second. And yet, I still submit to you, perhaps the single piece of most idiotic journalism I perhaps have ever seen. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Laura Halbert from the Watertown Daily Times in Wisconsin and her piece entitled Voice of the People: Racism on Full Display at the Darrell Brooks Trial. My mouth was literally agape as I read this article. My first inclination was that this was perhaps another troll like the Reddit post in the trial. Dude, it is my unfortunate duty to report to you this is in fact legitimate. I will leave a link to this article in the description, but we will be reading it in its entirety throughout the course of this video. Before I read the article, I just want to clarify a few things. Systemic racism is real. The events of 2020 and the death of George Floyd brought some hard truths to the forefront in our country and changed things forever. Unfortunately, our criminal system really hasn't. It's probably not going to be a popular opinion, but I do believe that Darrell Brooks was at certain times persecuted from unfair systemic racism. If you look at his criminal record, you look at how much time he spent for weed, and then think if he was white, if he'd still be doing that time. I'm sorry, he's a piece of shit, but some of those charges, they look fishy to me. Just sorry, they do. But the leaps that this journalist suggests in the following article, it's completely unfounded, and I would argue is insensitive to the very real victims of this man's crimes. There's a time and a place to discuss racial issues and question whether or not somebody is being charged unfairly. This was not one of those cases. So, at the risk of culturally grandstanding through the vessel of a pink squirrel, let's just get into the article. This is so dumb. Okay, so internet potato Laura Halbert writes, Wisconsin versus Darrell Brooks will go down as yet another trial in Wisconsin with a racist, unjust outcome. Are you fucking kidding me? Unjust? They had him on camera. Like the fact that he's black means he's not a murderer? Are you fucking stupid, lady? Holy shit. Justice was denied to Darrell Brooks repeatedly throughout the trial, and the outcome was only solidified that we have a long way to go in our fight for justice in Wisconsin. In our fight for justice. Okay, so it's injustice that Darrell got convicted. What about the murder victims? What about justice for them? You fucking... Oh, you potato! You potato, you! Throughout the trial, the judge repeatedly cut off Mr. Brooks. Dude! What? He cut her off literally every time she spoke. What trial did you watch? Oh my god. Talk about totally just sipping the Kool-Aid. Like this lady. She's so up her own ass on racial issues, she is blind to like what actually happened. Oh my god, she's just so ready to hate white people that... Oof, this is brutal. The judge went so far as to deny Mr. Brooks his right to call additional witnesses and to testify himself. That's not what happened. He needed to go he legally had to go through a colloquy to testify that he refused to do so. He forfeited his... I'm not... I swear, this has to be bait. This is race bait. It has to be. I'm falling for it. Mr. Brooks' actions were completely justified given the way he had been treated the past year and throughout his life. Okay, come on. This can't be real! What? So some people were racist to Darrell. So that gives him the right to run over people? I mean, I have to assume that's not what she means, but how could you be so stupid to not understand people are going to interpret that as that's what you're saying? The majority of the individuals who testified were white. They ganged up on him to spread lies, and the judge was complicit. Mr. Brooks, a black man, was reportedly told by the judge to stop talking numerous times. The judge talked over Mr. Brooks, moved Mr. Brooks to another courtroom and muted Mr. Brooks when she didn't like what he was saying. That's not what happened. She had to mute him so she could say anything at all and make a clear record because he was trying to put misinformation on the record. She literally had to mute him at certain points just to keep the trial going. Like, it was obvious he was just stalling. Did members of the jury receive any anti-bias training? What about anti-racist training? Do the members of the jury understand the meaning of equity in our criminal justice system? Why wasn't Mr. Brooks allowed to argue for jury nullification? Okay. This has to be fake. It has to be. No way. This is bait. It has to be. Wisconsin's criminal laws were written by a racist, gerrymandered legislature. Jury nullification should be an option in every single court case involving a person of color. Laws don't apply to us. Oh, even if it is bait, it's not that far off some people's arguments. I guess we learned nothing from what happened to George Floyd. 2 years later, and nothing has changed. Racism is ally and went in and outside of the courtroom in Wisconsin. It's time we look in the mirror and reflect on our white privilege. How long are we going to stay silent and let more black men fill our prisons due to our complicit racism? White silence is violence, and another black man will have to spend the rest of his life behind bars because of it. Woof! That was brutal. So, the Watertown Daily Times is a newspaper. This article, click the link. It's up there. I physically can't comprehend that they would publish this. People are saying on Reddit that it's an opinion piece. Okay. The newspaper still published this. This is in their paper. It's still a reflection of their overall opinion. Whether they agree with it or not, on every page, there's still Watertown fucking newspaper on there. Like, she works for them. They're giving her the outlet to say this. To some degree, they're complicit in this opinion. Holy shit. Man, that is just insane to me. But, let me know what you guys think. I mean, is this... It's race bait, clearly, but... I mean, it's not a joke. Like, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. I literally can't get a read on it. It's so strange. Laura Halbert, if you're out there and you're seeing this, first of all, you're a potato. Second of all, please reach out to me. I need to know you're real. And I need to know more. How do you think like this? How does somebody get to a point in their life where woke culture has infected their brain to such levels that they're justifying murder because the guy's black? Oh my god. It's just... Like, this person is clearly spending too much time on the internet. That's what this is. This is a symptom of too much internet. Like, put the phone down, lady. Like, yes, systemic racism is a thing. It wasn't a factor in the Darrell Brooks case. Ugh, it's offensive what she suggests in that article, flat out. God damn, I'm like angry. Alright, well yeah, let me know what you guys think. Is it real? Is it fake? Is it race bait? Let me know. Comment below. I love y'all. Peace.